What stood out to you from this last week's game as areas of growth for your team?
I think when you go on the road, there has to be a little bit more focus. So I thought the guys took the challenge to that. The areas that you just want us to continue to see grow is, things it becomes at this point littler things where, as maybe the outsider looking in, they could give a thumbs up, but the insiders, for all of us as coaches and as players, we're looking at and we're finding, we feel like there's still more yards to be gotten on the ground. We feel like, with our passing game, there's still rooms to improve that. Defensively, we feel like we can do a better job with some of our gap maintenance that we're doing. And so those areas, and there's always something to improve on. And that's really the game of college football right now, is that everyone needs to keep growing in this whole thing. And that's where we're at, and that's our mindset. And it's a mindset that our players are reminding themselves of. And so when that voice is echoing in the player ranks, you're in a good place. And so I'm excited about this next week and the opportunity to grow.
And on special teams, or as you like to call special forces, your guys blocked a kick for the 7th straight game.
Did.
What kind of impact does a performance like that have?
Well,
what does it do for your team?
It's outstanding because you'd like to say that you're not going to get caught up in the emotion and the momentum that everybody likes to say, but it does. It's an emotional game, and so when you you block a punt for a touchdown, essentially out of one play, you actually score. You get a chance to deflate the opponent some, and that's a lot of work that you don't have to do in regards of creating an offensive drive if you get those points. At the very least, if you block it, you're in great field position as well. So it's a field position game. It's also a game of you love to be able to score points without the offense having to drive a whole field to do it. And so it's a big leg up in a game when you start that way.
Talk about just how you adjust from going from that first road game. Now you have that road game under your belt. Now to another road game now against a higher quality opponent.
Yeah, the adjustments that you're going to make this week is just more or less make sure everybody has their ID on the plane. The plane trips, the time in the hotels, those are all fun experiences for us. I think our team relishes those. So I think this last road trip, being in the hotel, what's tremendous about our program was it's such a family-oriented program that not only do you have fans and parents there and celebrating and being able to enjoy the whole time with us, but you saw the teammates just enjoying each other and laughing and having a time, from our team dinners, team meals, to even the meetings, as the focus could shift right away to where you could hear a pin drop in the meetings of guys who they know they're here to do business, but they also love being around each other. And so I couldn't be more proud of the team as far as the family network that they are, the brotherhood that they are. It's definitely the culture that we strive to create around here. So the only difference this week is we're getting on a plane, which is fine, and our guys get a chance to see another part of the country. A lot of people without the game of football, they'll really never get outside these invisible walls of their own personal geography. So I think it's a huge educational experience. I'm really proud of our university and how they support us when we travel, because that is part of the growth that these young men down 15 years from now, they're going to look back and be exposed to so much more, because our university took the pride and to launch us out there to say, let's go play beyond just Southern California. So it's a beautiful brand of football that we have. I'm excited to be a part of it, and Lindenwood certainly gives you enough on your plate to make us have to be on our toes this whole week. So extremely athletic team, and Pat Ross does an outstanding job of bringing in some high-quality athletes. You've got 7 from California, 14 states are represented in his roster. So it's recruiting, and he does a great job of it. And he's obviously has the record to show for it.
Now you guys are 7 games in, playoff picture starting to come into fruition. So how do you guys keep your focus, and what do you do to just focus on the games at hand and not worry about where you're going to be seated or where you might be in the postseason play?
Well, you keep your focus by understanding that if you don't keep your focus, those conversations are just foolish, and you're not going to be a part of those conversations. So this thing always comes down to the wire, and especially being an independent. You don't have a league championship to rest on, or you don't have those league dynamics that if somebody else loses, it can knock you up forward. So, we've got to just take care of our own business. And you love the fact that we get to play. As far as I know right now is we have 3 more games with this team, a team that I really love, a team that I enjoy being with, and so I'm going to relish it as a coach. Our coaches are going to relish it, and I know our seniors are going to relish it, and we're just going to focus on right now, and let's just worry about winning today and all that we have to do today, and let's not try to rush life. And so that's something that we really hold on to, and so you keep your focus by staying in a bit of reality. Once you start living in the fantasy of what if and all that, you're going to catch yourself missing what you needed to do in reality to get there.
And you've got that great group of seniors, that veteran leadership that you guys have, but also as we get 7 games into the season, we've seen some freshmen, some younger players make a really big impact. Terrell Watson on both sides of the ball, Tanner Henry as a starting wide receiver for you. Talk about some of those young guys and what they've added to the program and kind of gotten you to the level where you're at right now.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I mean, I'm glad you bring it up because it's so exciting to see young guys get out there and pick up the system, to pick up what you keep reinforcing every day from camp, even from the recruiting process with them, and to see them begin to pan out of what we believe they could have been, and to have kind of the success that like Tanner and Terrell are having at early. It makes you proud as a coach for them. And I know you just can't wait to get back in the film room and on the practice field to help those young men grow. So they have the right attitude for growth. They have the right they're hungry and humble, and every day they come out, they're looking at how they can get better. And they're also great guys to be around. And those are just 2 out of a large group of newcomers to our team and younger guys in the program who have really stepped up. They're owning the responsibility they have, whatever role they may have, and this team is becoming a group of men that you'd be able to count on from top to bottom. So as a head coach, it's what you want, and you know that what you're saying, what the coaches are saying, it's got traction, and they're believing. So I couldn't be more proud of them.
What areas of growth would you like to see from your team in practice this week?
Well, you've got to balance the fact that everyone at this stage of the game has got bumps and bruises. So the challenge right now is practicing extremely fast while also taking care of each other. And I think we do a very good job of that. From all the competition we do in practice, I'd like to see, continue to see our guys own their own destiny and pushing each other, challenging each other in the practice field to be sharp, not just to go through practice, not just to. Everybody works hard. Everybody's going to break a sweat. I don't know anybody, football player in America, is going to end the practice with a dry jersey. You're going to sweat, but does that work? Did that work help you perfect yourself? And so, just working hard does not get it done. Working in the right direction, working the right motivation and a focus. That's what we got to get done.
After looking at Lindenwood, seeing their stats, seeing some film, what kinds of things do you think you need to do well to be able to win again on Saturday?
Well, they make you do everything well because they've got game changers at all points of their roster. John Uribe is a quarterback that I feel he's got a very accurate arm. I feel like he stands in the pocket well. I feel like he's able to do, when he does move, he's able to make some things happen and keep his vision downfield. They've got a great linebacker in Chris Howard. Chris is doing a great job of leading their team in tackles, being productive in tackles for a loss. Everything that their Mike position is, he's providing it for them. And so, with their 4-3 system and their spread offense, you're finding that they just do their stuff very well. And so, so when we talk about what we have to do is, we've got to, across the board, you've got to be prepared because they're putting tension on you at all areas.